Hey, are you okay? Whoa, where am I? Oh, interesting. Red hair and a light tan. It could be from the sun, but you don't look like you do much outdoor work. Are you from Nebrelia? What? Did you see that gnarly wave? Took me right out to the boat. Right out of the boat. But I guess I landed where I wanted to get to anyways. This is the island with the infamous clan, isn't it? Something like that. Something like that. You're funny. Well, I've got a job for you. You and your people, that is. It's about the 7 true kings. Could you talk a little slower? I don't understand. Slower? Sure I can. Do you know what just caused this wave that stranded me here? Why Yord? Willie Yord? Willie Yord? I'm saying Willie. Willie the Kraken, the 6th true king. With his breathing, he creates the tides, but you already know that. Every child knows that. His arms stretch out to the oceans, and once he moves them, a tsunami is created. Crazy, isn't it? I guess so. Enough chit-chat. So when do we leave for Nysa? Nysa, the old university? That's why I'm here, silly. I want to accompany you to Nysa so that I can learn more about the past of the true kings. I want to take a look at Asniadiel the dragon, the 2nd true king of the world. Is that a typo? Or is it because she's talking so fast? You need to know that I'm a biologist from Gemarina, but I'm sure I've already mentioned that. I tend to repeat myself. Oh, do you actually want to know more about the 7 true kings? Sure you do. Sit down. I'm sure this will take half a day. So, sorry, my mind drifted. Where was I? You said we should leave right now and not keep talking. That sounds like me, so let's get going. But where to? I thought there was no way to get to the sunken city. I already told you, through the Orgrain grottos. I know the way. Well, the only problem is a beast that blocks my entry into there. Well, that's not my problem anymore. It's yours. Let's go. Ooh, is that big monster that I fought before? I think that's the big monster from before. Wait, this is a side quest? But that's also like, I have to do the side quest for the main quest because I got to get to Nysa. That's funny. All right, we figured it out. Yeah, I'm almost positive I remember this part. Remember we found that like secret area, but then there was a monster I couldn't kill? Right here. Yep. The vicious fiend I was talking about lies ahead. It's too strong even for you, but if you feed it this berry, you might stand a chance. I developed this berry for strong monsters like that. It weakens their body by a lot. Yeah, this dude just like one-shot you immediately. Take this! Oh. Wait, now it's like free. Wait, I kind of want to fight it without the berry. I'll probably just die though, huh? Wait, even though it's like almost dead, it's still not dying. They have so much health. Good job, let's move on. What are those? Oops. If you are lucky, you can find a unique monster in the west of Ograne. It's an alpha male. I've heard that all other enemies in the area disappear when it spawns. Secondly, people say a goblin takes its stroll somewhere in the northeast of Ograne. Apparently it hates all goblins and wishes they were dead. Maybe it won't appear until all the other goblins are gone. Well, I know how to do those two now, but that's pretty early on. Like, it's a pretty early area, so Ew! They probably won't be very hard. That turtle definitely wants to sell you some supplements. Yeah, the hunt system is like literally the Final Fantasy XII hunt system. But it affects this board too, which makes it even better, in my opinion. Also, the way you do the hunts is less stand in a spot for 5 minutes and wait for it to spawn, and more kill everything in the area type stuff. So, very much appreciated. Some of the Final Fantasy XII hunts, as much as I loved the hunt system, I would even go as far as to say the hunt system in Final Fantasy XII is one of my favorite systems ever put in a game. Some of them made me want to stop playing video games forever. So, there's that. There's that little detail. Nashra Ra Ba. Alright. We found the Goblin Village. Who would have expected ruins so deep inside Ograin? Whoa, what madness! What does it say here? By the gods, I knew it! Nice I didn't sink by any misfortune. These ruins are the proof. They serve as an entrance to the bottom of the crater. However, they were built in the time before Nysa's demise, so the builders knew exactly what would happen to Nysa. Does that complete the job? We're not in Nysa yet, silly. Silly? Wait a second, is that a hidden switch? The gate opened. There are 3 more gates. If the inscription here is to be believed, the switches are scattered all across Valandis. You're expecting us to find them all? Of course, money is not an issue. Do I really have to repeat myself? According to the text, there is a switch in Roland, the Fior Woods, and Perpetua. What do you think, Glenn? Should we go through this trouble? We already travel a lot, so we might as well be on the lookout for these switches. Wonderful, then I'll wait here. We have to anyways, guys. You want to wait here? I think Glenn meant we're going to look for the switches on the side. That could take weeks or months. We may never find them. No problem. I practiced at waiting. It's one of the virtues of any good scientist, so I wish you good luck. Somehow I feel sorry for her. Maybe we should look directly after all. We have to anyways. That's the next place we gotta go, boys. Also, why are they scattered all across Valandis? Why, how would that even work? Also, I already got 2 of them. I only have 1 more. Yeah, how would that even work? How would pushing a button across the planet open a door here? That'd be a really long, like, electrical wire. That's a pretty wanky system. There's no way the one that I missed is in the Fior Woods, right? Actually, it says there's 3, but some of the doors were already open. Maybe I do have to hit all 3. Go away. Burp, burp, burp. Over here by the dragons. Leave me alone. Hello, dragons. Oh. I mean, I think they knew. I think they knew for a while. But every company is kind of keeping at least some games from remastering so they can, like, do them later. And yeah, Tactics was kind of remastered, or at least ported once already, so it was probably not on their highest to-do list. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the remaster. I know some people are annoyed that it's like not the War of the Lions version. It's the apparently it's the translation, but doesn't have everything from War of the Lions, which is really wild to me. I don't know why that would be. But that's what people are saying. So that's really strange, but, you know, I guess we'll wait and see. Blackheart, think of the 58. Every single shop will use the bartering system if you bring a gun. See, I did already push the switch. So but I just wasted all my time. Wait, these are actually, like, literally connected. Like, you can just... Oh, you can't actually go anywhere, though. Anyways. So it looks like... It looks like I just need the one in the grotto. Or the flower fields. Okay. Understood. Understood now. I'm on... I understand. It gave me the markers, but I already had 2 of them. Also, this area is huge. Oop. Okay, so to be fair, they actually are pretty close to the gate. Like, look at how close they are. They actually did it in kind of a smart way, where the underground area leads to right by the gate. So what's over here? There's still a lot of this area to explore. Bunch of chests. Holy cow, this area is huge. What I don't understand is how companies continue to spend 7 years making a game and then, like, just release it and have it bomb. And they're like, well... well... on to the next one. I mean, I said it. I said it at the end of one of the Let's Play. Whoa. Now you have my interest. Giant, shiny gold chest. I said at the end of one of the Let's Play sessions for this game, like, I genuinely think what needs to happen is companies need to start doing AA projects with their AAA teams. They need to get together some of the people in the company that have real visions and passions for ideas and let them cook with those ideas over a smaller development period. That is what the industry needs at the moment if it wants to succeed. It's very obvious that another looter shooter with zero vision and just like stealing from the other games of the time and just doing it with your own dev team isn't flying anymore. I mean, how many examples have we had? Squawk. Just in the past, like, 2 years of companies being like, well, this is popular, let's do it. And then it just being a monumental failure. Marathon and Concord both come to mind where they were like, oh, hero shooters are popular, let's do one. Fail. Oh, extraction shooters are popular, let's do one. Fail. And the teams aren't unskilled, it's just that they have no passion for that. They're just doing what the next thing is to do. Where does this... Huh. And, you know, maybe some of those projects do end up succeeding, or at least helping the bottom line, in which case still do them, but take a few people off that project and put them on a project they actually care about, and you're going to have another Shovel Knight. Looks like I have the bridge, but where do I... Oh, nope, I'm missing one. This one. Ah. We done did it. Giant, massive gold chest. It's probably a mimic. Oh, it's another soul. Nice. Yeah, isn't that wild? That, like, indie games have been so successful over the past decade that at this point we've had... I would say, let me see. Let me actually, because I'm kind of curious. So, over the past, let's say, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, we have had 2020 was, these are the Game Awards, by the way. 2020, we had Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. Hades was there. I don't think it had a real chance to win, but Hades was there as a potential Game of the Year, so that's one. 2021, It Takes Two, Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. It Takes Two won. So there's one that won Game of the Year. 2022, Elden Ring, A Plague Tale, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade. There's a third indie game as potential Game of the Year. I don't think Stray would have ever won, but it was there. Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, so no indie game that year. That was 2023. And then 2024, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. Astrobot won. Astrobot is a smaller team, and Balatro was definitely in the running, and it's an indie game made by one person. So even in the past 5 years, 4 of those years had indie games in them. One of those years, an indie game won. In another year, a very small team won. So for the past 5 years, indie games have been absolutely astronomically succeeding. And it's crazy to me that smaller projects like E33, which still is not that small, but at least in terms of the industry, small, you know, there's still things coming out, articles coming out where people are like, how did this happen? How did a smaller game get this big? Like, brother, have you not been here for the past decade? Like, indie games are in. They've been in for a long time. Like, indie games have been taking over to the point where companies are rethinking, like, what they need to be doing. Then again, like, You spend 8 years on Concord and it fails miserably. You have one guy make Balatro and it almost wins Game of the Year. Like, how are we still surprised, right? How are we still surprised? Wonder where these head. These go. Also going to take down. If you have not been here for Chained Echoes yet, this is unironically one of the greatest indie RPGs I've ever played. It may be the best by the time we're done with it. This game is incredible. Cannot recommend it enough. Not much rarer than rivers or mountains in our beautiful world are the trees. They grow in every corner, from the sturdy redwoods on the peaks of the Ramunda Mountains that defy all winds to the scrawny little trees in the Doma Desert that can go for months without water. All these trees are nothing more than children in the course of time, for their age rarely exceeds 1,000 years. Every now and then, however, one finds an old one, a tree from bygone eras that has inherent magic. This generation of trees is often, but not always, very large. Well-known representatives are the Algarve tree on Shambhala or the Helliva tree in Volandis. However, not much is known about the oldest of the old ones, Moria, known as the tree without memory or the lonely tree. Our knowledge comes from legends, and these suggest that it stands in Pangaea, the northmost continent, populated only on the coast. As one of the ancients, Moria had a personality and he feared loneliness, because the young trees around him no longer spoke his language. So through his magic, he tried to learn that one language that everyone spoke, the language of life, the ether. He dug his roots so deep that they not only penetrated the entire earth, but also broke through reality and plunged through the tips of the ocean and the maelstrom. Since then, the Old One searches the memory of the unliving and listens to their stories. That's wild. My brother would scoff at me playing pixel art games. You should scoff the next time he talks about Michael Jordan. Like, how do you enjoy Michael Jordan? All the clips of him playing are like crappy quality. They're like 480p quality. Like, brother, how you watching that? That's gross. I only watch in 4K. Michael Jordan didn't play in 4K. Sounds like a loser to me. Strike first, Ram. 100% chance to act first in battle. That's kind of wild. Would I rather... I definitely want the mage. I could do it instead of Treasurer Ram, because that's kind of eh. He did play in 4K. The camera just couldn't keep up. That's why he's so fast. The camera couldn't even keep up with him. He was 120 FPS. The camera was 30 FPS. Dude was just like a blur. Yo, Solidus, thank you so much for the 52. Terribly hot in here in Germany, but Chained Echoes on a Tuesday makes the day so much better. Glad to hear it, man. This view is amazing. Words fail me. The city is really sunk in one piece. The buildings are all standing, for the most part, that is. Up there, the wyverns fly like a flock of birds. Combined with the fog, it's no wonder you can't reach Nysa via the crater. And somewhere down there dwells Asnadiel. I'm so excited to see him. Are these true kings really that interesting? What are you saying, little one? Of course they are. Just called him little one. Get wrecked, Rob. They are the strongest, most powerful creatures in all of Eldrea. They can destroy whole cities within a few seconds. And they are all so mysterious. In Vati, there is a mountain that was famous for its twin wind caves. Strong winds flowed in and out. No explorer could enter the cave and come out alive. Either the wind pulled the explorers deep into the caves or it hurled them out of the mountain. It was not until 100 years later that geologists found out that the mountain was not a mountain at all. Once they cleared it of all its flora, its appearance became visible from a distance. Monkey? It was in fact the true king. The first true king, also called the meditating monk. The caves were nothing but his nostrils. He had been meditating for thousands of years, so he had become one with the environment. Fascinating, isn't it? The second true king is a boar that moves through the world in almost straight lines, piercing a huge moat through the earth. Nothing can stop him, even a mountain is no obstacle. He simply bores his way through everything. People use his paths as tunnels. Whole villages must give way if the boar approaches them. His trenches are visible even from far up in the sky. This is so cool, like how they're showing each king. They could have just told us, but instead we get this whole slideshow. Okay, wait, we only got two. As the DL here is the third king, since he is hiding here. We don't know much about him. The Undying Dreamer. Nice, we are getting all of them. We know even less about the fourth king. But once a century, there is an incredible event. A voice resounds over all of Eldrea, speaking for several minutes in an unknown language. The voice sounds like a parrot repeating some words. Because of this immense ability, it was classified as a true king. What it looks like and where the voice comes from, no one knows. The Divine Voice. That'd be sick if we had, like, the endgame hunts were like killing all the kings. I do not need to introduce the next true king. We all see him when we look up at the sky at night. Our second moon. A quick bit of trivia. Airships only fly up to a certain altitude. But not because they can't technically go any higher, but because otherwise they're trespassing onto Luna's territory. He is quick to deal with intruders. That's terrifying. No one has ever seen the main body of the next true king, but his work influences us all. He creates ebb and flow through his breathing. When he uses his tentacles, giant waves are created. The Abyss. Rob, how have you not heard of any of these? And the last in the line is quite special. It is not a single entity, but it is made up of thousands of individuals. It is fast and unstoppable. It contaminates entire cities within a few hours. Rat. Well, enough rambling. We are arriving. Huh. What's wrong? This looks bad. The gate is locked and the key seems to be a complex mathematical puzzle. What do we do now? I'll have to solve it. It'll take days, though. I'm slightly annoyed. Do you still need our help? Huh? Help? No, you're bothering me. Leave me alone. Here's your payment. Now go away. You're sure you want to stay here? Have you got any... I hate to repeat myself. Get out of here. I can manage on my own. Something tells me she really can. So the idea was like you do this side quest earlier and then you come back when it's time for the story to do this. But since we're at that point, we can probably have to return and then just come back or something. Because now it just says return to Hermit's Isle. Also, I was not paying attention to what I got for that. I think it was mostly money. I have 20K. I'm rich. Now they're going to be like, I wonder if she solved it by now. This is not good. What do you think, Cress? Everyone is terribly tense. Glenn and Len look especially tired. I wish there was some way I could help them all. Woof. Do you think we could do something good for them? I wonder what, though. Woof. I should probably talk to them a bit. You know how hard it is for me to do that, right, Cress? Still, sometimes you just have to take the yak by the horns. Wait here, Cress. I will talk with everyone and then return. Oh, this will be great. I don't think anyone would say those words like that, but I'm not quite sure. Ah, Amalia, I didn't notice you. Every day I'm practicing speaking in a more common manner, you know? I do not think I want to live the life of a princess ever again. The life outside the palace is often connected with suffering, true, but as a price for freedom, I'll readily pay it. I just can't get any further. Total writer's block. This story has hit a wall. Maybe I should just start from the beginning. Oh, Amalia, I'm writing about the life of a chef, but somehow I don't have the necessary knowledge. I'd probably have to do a lot of research first, but who has time for that these days? Cooking really is a mystery to me. Why am I even writing about this topic in the first place? Ah, right, my agent. I'm still so curious as to what the actual curse on Amalia is. I know it's going to be revealed at some point. It's not that high. If I jump from here, I won't hurt myself, will I? Oh no, I'm scaredly scared. Hey Amalia, what am I doing here? I'm training to fly. Among the Sova, I was the only one who never ever learned how. But it's so hard as this armor. Oh, maybe I should take it off? Well, even without it, I weigh plenty. That's because of all the sweets I eat. Yes, maybe I should exercise a little more and get in shape before I dare to fly. I do wish for my life back in my own palace, but if Len would rather move to the countryside, I would follow her. I could make good money poaching, but Len doesn't eat meat and would probably be against it. I also know a lot about herbs. I could open a store for herbs and spices. That's way below my class, but somehow kind of exciting. He's changing. Squall is changing. I don't know where Glenn is. Could you leave us alone? No. Apparently, Bethraz isn't our friend. Glenn promised to show me some tricks on using the sky armor later. Right now, I'm the worst pilot in the group. I don't like that. But first, I'm going to have a drink. The stuff here tastes like sewage water, unfortunately. Bethraz doesn't seem to have a problem with it, though. He just gulps down everything. Well, he is a lizard. He is a lizard wizard. Of course, Glenn is next to the sky armors. I try to distract myself somehow, but I can't find any exciting books here, and to be honest, I've got the feeling that I've already read most of these. If only I could get my hands on some magazines. Our shopper in the Iron Bowl always got me the latest issue of Sky Armory. I guess I won't find that here. It's kind of weird talking to ourselves. Kind of. I think that's everybody. Oh, Cress, they all have very different inclinations and pastimes. It's not going to be easy. Woof. One particular subject stands out, though. I think we could delight them with a delicious meal. Except, unfortunately, I'm not good at cooking. In the past, I'd sneak into the kitchen and watch our cook prepare meals, but for me to cook is something completely different. Woof. That's true. The one time I did cook actually resulted in a pretty tasty appetizer. Maybe I should try it after all. I will need to ask the others for advice on how to cook certain things. But don't worry, I will not let them notice that I'm actually preparing a surprise. So, what will we need for the menu, Cress? We'll start with an appetizer. Being the beginning of the menu, it should be something special. For the main course, I'm sure something hearty with strong spices will do. For dessert, obviously something sweet. Woof. You're right, of course we need drinks too. So, who's the best person to ask for each dish? Who should we ask about appetizers? Well, Rob was the one that said he knew about spices. What about the main dish? Ask Rob for that as well. Lead? Something sweet. Probably Eggle, because he said he loved sweets. And then Sienna would be the drinks. Pretty confident in the last two. Not sure about the first two. Alright, I asked everyone about the dishes and nobody seems to be to have noticed what I'm planning. You there, can you cook? I'm actually the cook. Good enough, don't just stand there. Help me cook a meal for my friends. I've come up with some recipes. This looks fantastic, Amalia. You're right about that. Looks good. This is so nice of you, Amalia. You even provided drinks. Not bad. Don't talk so much and start eating. I hope you enjoy it. I could be like, this is gross. The food is very peculiar. I mean, it's quite good. Excuse me, I have to go outside. Yeah, we're... Yes, it was really delicious. Thank you so much, Amalia. I hope you will not dare to forget the meal I have prepared with so much effort. Oh, that didn't sound nice. I mean, getting food served by a princess is a rarity, so enjoy this moment. No, what am I saying? I'm so nervous. I'm saying horrible things. I'm sorry. I'm not like that, believe me. I dare you. Ah! Don't worry, Amalia. You have a hard time finding the right words. I know that all too well. I may be new to this group, but I noticed immediately that you're a nice person. You have my thanks. I'm still flabbergasted that you prepared all this by yourself. Oh, no. Where are you going? The lad who helped me out a bit with the cooking fell over from exhaustion. He couldn't keep up with my pace, apparently. I'd better go check on him. You may clean up, if you want. Well, now that we're stuffed, let's get back to the business at hand. Haku has sent word from the Himmelskaiser that the Himmelskaiser is ready. Let's head for the meeting room. The Himmelskaiser is ready to fly off. Well then, Glenn, what's your decision? You're our leader. I'm supposed to decide on whether we're going to destroy a weapon of mass destruction, or if we're going to use it to kill gods who want to destroy all of humanity. One day is not enough to make a decision. I don't want the Grimoire to harm any more people. If Gawain is really speaking the truth, then these Vayan are destroying humanity over and over again, then we can't let that happen either. But if we use the stone for our own purposes, then we are not much better than King Frederick. Kylian would not hesitate to use any means, but I'm unsure. Glenn. I'm sorry, I can't make a decision right now. I need more time. Let's go to the grave first and postpone the decision. Alright, let's wait until we get the key from the grave of Lady Reyna. Thank you, Glenn. So then, I shall lead you to the tomb of my ancestors. It is located northeast of Farnsport. Faran, while we are on our way, we will make all necessary preparations for the plan we discussed earlier. Do you really think these resistors will be able to achieve anything? They are common people with no knowledge on how to swing a weapon. If the perfect opportunity presents itself, then they might stand a chance. Well, then I hope I will be able to recognize this perfect opportunity of yours. I think we just have to fly there. Spooky. Why are your ancestors' catacombs so far outside of Farnsport? Well, that's a long story. Do you want to hear it? About 300 years ago, the sewer system was built in Farnsport, which greatly improved the lives of the townspeople. Only the palace did not get any access to it, since under the palace lay the catacombs of our ancestors. It would have been an insult to let the feces of the palace pass through here, so for decades the royal family still had to use the good old outhouse. That is, until the Mad Queen Hefnar came to power. She could not bear to see that the city dwellers were allowed to lead a more hygienic life than she herself. So despite opposition, she had the Narsland sewage system extended to the palace, which is one of the many reasons why she was called the Mad Queen. Of course, no royal wanted to be buried there anymore, Hefnar least of all, so they had new catacombs built. However, it would have been an embarrassment for the court or the people learned that the old ancestral tomb had become a cesspool, which is why they built the new catacombs far away and kept them a secret. This is probably why the church has yet to discover the tomb, even though they search for Lady Rhaena's grave so eagerly. So in the end, we have to thank the Mad Queen Hefnar's bowel movements on why the church hasn't discovered this place yet. Crazy story indeed. Well, let's go and find Lady Rhaena's grave. Gawain claimed that Glenn should be able to open it somehow. But how am I supposed to do that? I don't think I can do any... Look, it's opening. What did you do? I didn't do anything. Maybe it reacted to your ether like the teleporter in Shambhala with Len? Is this related to my echo? Who knows? Let's move on. Who knows, he says. All this secrecy is getting quite exhausting. Yeah, I think we need to just tie Victor down and be like, tell us what you know before we continue. There's no turning back for a while if you continue. Spooky. I suppose I could save, but at this point, I'm committed. Stuff's about to go down. It's spooky in here. What happened? Something separated us from the rest of the group. Listen, bewitched ones. Where's this voice coming from? Only the pure are allowed to approach the grave. Everyone else must first prove themselves. You carry within you the curse that fate has placed upon you. Pass the trial so that you may defy fate and prove yourselves worthy. A trial because of the curse? Troublesome, but don't worry, we'll take care of you, princess. Thank you, but I can very well take care of myself. Yeah, she's got a gun and a dog. She'll be fine. Maybe you are the one who will need my help. After all, you are missing all your limbs. We have spent many years fighting our way through the world's battlefields. Do not underestimate us. I don't, still. Bethraz? Now we are separated too. At least I still have you, Cress. I wonder why, though. Woof. This is the second time that she's asked that about Cress. This is, spooky only being Amalia. Ooh. Well, I guess we know now for certain that no one else in our party is cursed. Only Bethraz and Amalia.